Let's say that I want, let's go back, and we're going to go ahead and let's go to File, Print. Let's get this up here like this. And you'll notice it's kind of up here in this upper right corner. Well, I want to make that more centered in the page. So we can click on Page Setup here. Come back over here to the margins that we were talking about, and there's this option down here at the bottom for center it in the page. So I'm going to center it, and notice that in this little example, it's centered the stuff right in the middle of the page. If I click OK, it moved it over. And now if we go back, let's shrink this up to here and go back to File, Print, and let's see what that looks like. And now it's very centered in the page. Let's say I want to move it down the page too, so I want it a little more vertically set up. We can add the option to vertical, and notice it moved everything into this area. And it moved it down. Now, of course, it's not going to be perfect depending on how your data is structured, so you're going to have to play around with that. And you can also make some adjustments by, again, messing with these margins. So let's say we change this from 0.7 to 2. And I'm going to tab out of it, and then we're going to see what that does for us. And it kind of shifts it over. Ah, that's too much. Well, then you can come back in here and make some more adjustments. So you can play around with this a little bit. Let's probably recenter it back up for us. And just kind of figure out how you want to do it. So you can do it manually, or you can do the centered on the page. And of course, don't forget that if you've got your page layout, so if this is really wide like this, and we go to File, Print, it's going to shift it back over a little bit. So you're going to have to mess around with that. Obviously, anything that's kind of more rectangular in nature will center on that page a lot better than this. Another part that's important to note is right here we've got different pages, right? Well, what about the other worksheets? Well, notice here it's only printing the one active sheet that you're on, the one that you've selected. You can also print the entire workbook. So now as soon as I do that, it'll include everything in this workbook. You can set how many pages you want, maybe only 1 and 2. And then it'll print 1 and 2. You can print only the selection, so whatever you have highlighted, which is my cell right there. If I highlight this and then do File, Print, it only grabs that information. So you can do a whole bunch of different things, but by the default, it's just the active sheet that you're working on.